Always looking beyond the norm for inspiration, Foursquare was founded to promote a free-thinking viewpoint, to embrace new ideas, and to embody timeless design. In representing the code of the Foursquare brand, the members of the Foursquare team, Peter Line, Eddie Wall, Jake Blauvelt, Pat Moore, and Jake Welch, embarked on a quest to explore snowboarding in 4 geographically distinct locations. This is north, south, east, west. Not a revolution, not a storm of hype, just the straightforward enjoyment of riding with your friends. It is the purity of travel, exploration, and doing the things you love. And on this adventure, the essence of Foursquare comes alive. From Arctic latitudes to distant longitudes, in varying temperatures and time zones, this film follows our friends on a journey in search of snowboarding in different cultures around the world. Welcome aboard. Far north of the Arctic Circle, midway between Norway and the North Pole, lies a cluster of islands called Svalbard. The ancient capital of Svalbard, Longyearbyen, has a population of fewer than 2,000 people and is characterized by its stark, rugged landscape and unique, brightly painted homes. Due to the flow of the North Atlantic current, the climate in Longyearbyen is actually quite mild. As our crew explored Longyearbyen, they found a weathered mini-ramp in the center of town, with local kids playing all around it. Luckily, Jake Blauvelt brought along his skateboard. With no ski resorts or patrolled backcountry in the area, as well as the threat of polar bears advertised all over town, getting some riding in could prove to be a challenge up here. Nevertheless, the Foursquare team would take the long odds, and escorted by their gunslinging tour guide, they left the town center in search of some fun. Even with beat snowpack and very little vertical, the guys were determined to show this inhospitable landscape just what snowboarding was all about. After a few hours of fiddling around on the edge of this vast glacier, the crew headed back to town for more of the endless daylight and another skate ramp session with the locals. Before leaving their northern destination behind, they dropped in for one last customary Svalbard experience: dog sledding. Fortunately for the inexperienced mushers on the Foursquare team, the dogs were very professional. With the help of the dogs and Eddie Wall behind the wheel, Jake Welch got towed into, well, not much really. Southern California is the last off-ramp on the highway of the American dream, a fairy tale land of palm trees and sunshine, smog and sand, and you guessed it, even snow. The Foursquare team ventured south to experience this glorified world where nearly every conceivable subculture has an active scene. Here in SoCal, so-called action sports like surfing, skateboarding, and snowboarding are as ordinary as sitting in traffic. Pete, Jake, Pat, and Eddie awoke before dawn to embark on an ambitious one-day mission. Their plan was to surf, snowboard, and skate all in one day. All they needed was a little coffee, some stylish transportation, and a few team managers to get the ball rolling. If only there were more hours in the day, the guys sure could have used them to practice their surfing a little bit. Once the wetsuits came off, a helicopter carried our crew up and out of the suburban sprawl. Off in the distance, the snow-capped peaks of the San Bernardino Mountains beckoned. As they watched the chaotic paradise of SoCal shrink below, they got ready for round 2, riding the snow at mountain high. And even though the jumps were about the same size as the morning's waves, the team still threw down. Yep, the skateboard section. The ender. First, they hit a public skate park and mixed it up with the locals. As the sun began to set, the crew rallied for one last session at a secret backyard mini-rink. The boys weren't tired yet, but they were hungry. So after fueling up on SoCal's legendary In-N-Out burgers and a few sports sodas for good measure, the long day finally came to an end. Mission accomplished. Against the historical and politically charged backdrop of the Middle East, Dubai has emerged as a hotspot travel destination. Presently, Dubai is welcoming more than 6 million visitors each year. Known for its ambitious real estate projects and hosting more than 20% of the world's high-rise construction cranes, Dubai is the fastest growing city on the planet, where postmodern glass skyscrapers reflect the traditional Bedouin lifestyle of the past. From historical markets and ferry rides, to beaches, dune bashing, and even an indoor ski slope, Dubai has a lot to offer. Ski Dubai, an unlikely oasis in the middle of the Arabian desert, is what led the Foursquare team east. Yes, the world's largest indoor snow dome is located just a few miles from the shores of the Persian Gulf. Snowboarding in the Middle East. Who knew? The boys logged plenty of laps inside that giant cooler, but once the big storm system moved in at Ski Dubai, the team ventured out into the heat and sand of the outlying dunes for a different type of free riding. Now, the sandboarding section. Kidding. Nestled deep in British Columbia's Selkirk mountain range, 6,700 feet above the small town of Nelson, lies a remote alpine zone of steep ridges, peaks, and valleys. And stashed up there, among the snow-capped evergreens, sits a cozy backcountry lodge called Baldface. The Foursquare team traveled west to this exclusive snowcat operation to ride the endless untracked terrain in an area known for its world-class snowpack and mountain fresh beer. Baldface Lodge was the quintessential snowboarding stop on this journey. Not just a church, but the Mecca, the Promised Land. And although the nights in the lodge proved to be almost as fun as the days in the cats, the team still hit the hay early, every night, ready for the following day's powder laps. Well, most of the team did anyway. After a few days of free riding, the boys decided it was high time to huck some double backflips, although it looks like they could have used a bigger jump. After a long day on the slopes, Jake Blauvelt decided to hit the lodge and lay back for a minute. ancient Eastern philosopher once stated, "A good traveler has no fixed plans, and is not intent on arriving." With that noted, this may be the end of a video, but in no way is it the end of a lifelong journey of snowboarding. Thanks for watching.
This is the end. Oh, this is the end. Take heart, dear friends. This is the end. We were the perfect ones. We were the perfect ones. Let's go and celebrate sometime. Maybe next week or day tonight. La 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 la. Woo. I can't pretend we're only 10. I am in love. And we were the perfect ones. We fit the perfect clause. Let's go and celebrate sometime. Maybe next week or day tonight. And I'll take my arrows and I'll shoot them to make sure that they're in their place and I'm at the end. And my angel be your angel too, because I'm uneasy at times just like you. We have good times. We have good times. We have fun and fun. And I'll take the fiery swords at the moon. But sometimes it's better to be darker in